My name is Honorable John Mututho. When Nakuru people went for polls 2022, everybody had a sigh of relief that the so-called Nakuru girls would make this the softest place and most habitable anyone could dream of staying in the Republic of Kenya. Now, we are hearing stories. We are hearing because we are deaf. We are hearing because we are blind to the obvious facts. From as early as 1975, there were cases reported, and they are serious cases. But just for the sake of the government, under President Ruto, I would like to invite him to Salga. And at Salga, now that you people don't know, let me tell you so that you know and you can go and find out. There is a boarding and lodging to the right, just the turn off to the old Catholic school somewhere there. Prostitution is conducted in the open. They use a candle to measure the duration of the service. So a candle, which is normally maybe, let's say, about 4 or 5 inches, is cut into small pieces, and the poor girls just lit it on, and when it's off, you're off. The charges range from anything from 20 shillings to 1,000 shillings. The same, I want to inform them and invite them to Kaptembwa, specifically around White Rock and Penya Bar around there. Our girls, 17 years old, 17-year-olds, up to around, say, 45, are offering their services at 20 shillings, 20 shillings. I hope your ears are still open. You can still hear and listen. I want to also tell you that our Lord Jesus, when when he was around, nobody anticipated that a place other than Sodom and Gomorrah would have the things that we're having in Kenya. We are having recruitment centers. Some of them were near where we are now, Barnabas. And I can tell you, I have personally seen the register of those people who are practicing those very, very evil things. And the last time I saw it was there were 12,000 people. And everybody there, big or small, are named there. Gayism at best. Okay, practicing gayism was okay for them. But how protective is a vice in general public health? I want to tell you that in this county, there are over 18,000 sex workers. And now, children who are practicing this vice, they are in thousands. You just need to come to town, just near the Muslim, and ask any of those people there, how many kids have joined the street from class 8, under class 8? How many have joined from university? And you have the data. I am not a statistician, but I have eyes. I'll move my shade so that you can see me clearly. These eyes can see. These ears can hear. We are living in Harlem. There's no need of denying. We have a problem. What we can do is suspend some of those crazy little projects where you're stealing public funds. And I'm addressing Susan. Please stop it. You are a lady. You are a girl. I saw you when you were a very young girl. Stop it. Stop even marring some of those roads. Come and rehabilitate those kids. They need medical assistance, urgent, urgent, urgent. They are going through trauma. Denying does not solve the problem. And if anyone wants to challenge me on this one, I'll take the mic and I'll go on a track and name particularly police officers who are also clients. I'll name them by name. There's no need of denying. I respect county commissioner. I know their brief is to defend the government, but this time you are defending rotten tomatoes. This is not about government. It's about humanity. It's about individuals who have opted to live like beasts. It's about men and women driving big trucks, 40 tons, 30 tons, and they think they come from another planet. And the monkeys we are supposed to be put under that torture. It's a shame, 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 shame. The conditions under which these girls are, and those kids are so dehumanizing that they deny the total dignity of humanity. That is the truth. And let's not even debate about it. We should sit here, like I do, to congratulate BBC for making us wake up to talk about what is ailing us. You are better off walking naked in the street today, as mheshimiwa as I am, than to try and cover a fact that our young girls, 12 years, 13-year-old, and by the way, even as early as 2010, at some place in Kerisoi, there were 13 girls, aged 13, who were pregnant. And when we investigated then, why they were pregnant is that the boyfriends induced them by buying them Fanta, soda Fanta, and one Dazi. We traveled all the way from Nairobi that time to come and see what was the story, what was happening really. And what shocked us is that the same bad boys gave the parents Dazi moja and one Fanta. And now look, and there were girls here who are 13-year-old. Susan Kihika, you are a lady in your own class. Forget about your governor. You collect your 6 girls or 10 girls who are in leadership and behave like ladies for once. Sit down, do something. It's not about a route of government. It's about you people going to hell on the first available plane. If you cannot stop this vice now, if you are going to abate this, and why are you allowing those trackers to come and do that business? Does it mean there's nobody collecting that intelligence? I am disappointed. I'm hurt. I'm one of the few gentlemen in Kenya who believe are lady compliant. Be the ladies you are. And if you can't, please prepare for a showdown. And please, I will hate to come and face Susan, like I faced Governor Kinyanjui with Chemasus, like I faced Governor Kinuthia with the issue of 360 people who are still missing, who are chokoras. I would really hate to come and address the media like I am, to tell her that while you are away enjoying your life in Washington, our grandchildren were being abused from as early as 13 at Salga, at Kikopey, at Toltol, at Longonot, at Mahiu, and God knows elsewhere, wherever. I would really hate to address Governor Susan and tell her, Madam Susan, late as you are, as you sit there enjoying your breakfast, some girls are queuing up there to offer their services at Kaptembwa for 20 shillings. And overnight, 100 shillings, which usually on credit. And while you are still enjoying your breakfast, many are dying. I'm not talking about anything else. If you approve that, then supply them with the protection gear at least for free, so that at least you can reduce exposure. Because ultimately, all those viruses you are correcting there, because that's a herbivore, it's a reservoir for real bad diseases, will end up in people's homes. And don't be surprised if they end up in your own homestead or with your own family. God save Nakuru. God bless Kenya. And may the devils of Longonot and Menengai not rise again. And if they rise, let them get these politicians who cannot think. Largely because of poverty, they are trying to feed their families. I am saying, I spoke about Kaptembwa, and I have televised, I have information, I have recordings, physical. When they are paid 20 bob, they still need another 10 shillings so they can buy something called ngumu or something ngumu for 10 bob. So because a family has about 3 people. That's poverty, absolute poverty. And why do we have absolute poverty? Because somebody out there is not thinking the ways of funds of this one, the hustler funds. All those ones should be made available to these people so that they can take the bucket and move around and sell fruits. If you have stocks for 1,000 shillings, then you're able to do it. I ran a rehab at Nakuru, and I know what I know. And I've been saying it. I told them there are chocolats here. I've told them now for the last 3, 4 years, 5 years to be precise, that these people, if you today offered a chocolate, a lorry, a truck, 40 tonner, the first thing they will do is try to sell the tires for that truck because they have not been prepared psychologically and they have not been empowered to think business alongside this thing. So this thing is deep. Governor Susan, this thing is so deep. You, other than providing for them, you must also treat them. You must prepare them. And there are so many councillors. The association handling councillors these days understand membership of over 10,000 in Kenya. Please call for their services. If you don't like the smell of Jomek Rehabilitation Center, just call those people. Open up your beautiful offices. Open up your halls. Menengai Social Hall. And we go through these cycles of training. All those people here who are bankers, all those ones who have supermarkets, please don't just sit there. You are sitting in Harlem. This is supposed to be one of the finest places, and Naivasha people know. The Happy Valley was in Naivasha. They know it. We should not allow this to happen. I would think it wise if the US government has an issue with President Ruto, they should restrict it to President Ruto. Kenya is composed of 55 million people. We were never called for a meeting to, to confirm or to agree that US is the best partner or China. As it is now, anything that hurts the local person should be avoided at all costs. And my view is that US should not pull, but rather you should call President Ruto in Washington and sort your problems in the boardroom. It is important. But if you extend suffering to beyond where we are now, you are punishing us. We never sent anyone to go and do ABCD. This is not a parliamentary resolution such that our representatives were part to that discussion. And let us not live in a hide and seek game. If you want to help Kenya, please help from the heart. We need your help. That's what I can say. But the wars between Washington and President Ruto should be restricted to White House. In any case, even when you invited him there, you need to consult us in any event. You even never told us what happened there. We don't know whether you ate chapati or you ate ugari there, or terere or whatever it was. So please, call President Ruto. He's available. He's a very good orator. He's an intelligent man. Sort out your problems. If he's getting a better bargain with China, improve on that bargain. He's a businessman. You all know. If he's getting a better deal with Russia, cancel that deal. Yeah? But don't threaten. Don't hurt Kenya because of individuals. That's all I can say. We need USAID. We need American aid. They have helped. I've seen them from the 80s myself, and they do real good job. There is no doubt in my mind. So if there are issues to do with transparency, let criminals be dealt with by the crime units. But in as far as helping people is concerned, if USID was around by this time, they would be listening with a very soft heart. They would find shelter for those people. They would take them back to school. They will empower them. Now we don't know where to turn to. The Chinese we are fond of have a Bingwa's address. We don't know where they stay. We don't know they are very good contractors. But you cannot say an organization from China that has an address that is accessible like UNICEF, like USID. Why don't we work from the good that we have achieved and forget about the bad? And anybody who is bad enough should be treated on their own merit, but not hurting the poor. I want to tell the Americans, you may have been swindled by your thugs or your crooks from USID, but USID carried your name very, very high. From the Cold War days, they were the face of America. They made people believe in you as Americans. Don't just lose that bit of goodwill of the people as a result of USID because of some commercial constellations. That's all I can say.